Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your timeless Path of True Love read. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons. Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle production since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, now available on Kindle, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo, Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hey, it is time for a Celtic Cross Timeless True Love read. Now, there are some links in the description box if you are new to these readings or new to my channel even. It's a preface. I literally made a video to preface these Timeless True Love reads. I really liked it. I think I'm going to keep it around for at least a year, maybe do a new one after that. Sort of explaining what true love is in a nutshell, and there are tons of video links, all YouTube. There's some Vimeo stuff on there too, my Vimeo on demand if you want to check out the workshop, the Path of True Love workshop. But lots of stuff looking at twin flames and soulmates and all that, particularly saying that what we're about to do here, and it's in the description box itself, the Path of True Love is about you. It's your spiritual path, it's your healing path, it's your hero's journey, it's the soul's journey through the lenses of your relationships, which you're learning, healing, growing, evolving through these many different soul contracts. And the landscapers are in the area. They already did my front part here, so they may be in the distance. I hope it doesn't interrupt too much. So we are doing a classic Celtic Cross, but 2 tarot decks. That'll be 20 cards there, plus 2 Carolyn Mace archetype cards to get one for your dominant archetype, one for a dominant archetype of somebody crossing your path. Could be anybody, need not be a lover, could be a family member, could be a total stranger. You have no idea until the card's at the table. And then we've got 2 oracle cards. We've got the Whispers of Love Oracle, Voices of the Higher Selves, as I use it for. We're using the new Divine Animal Oracle. I love it. To get you a little totemic vibe there, right? So think a totemic animal spirit guide on the Path of True Love with you. That came to me last night. I was like, well, that's a good idea, whoever suggested that. And of course, we're going to get you a Macon healing mantra to get you through on the path. Cool. I guess that's about it. It's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because you have more than one relationship, certainly, on the Path of True Love for any given time period. Could be more about the same person. We have no idea. Other than that, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can from my pantheons of the divine. The Path of True Love is essential to the work that I guess I've always done. I'm beginning to see that. The Path of True Love has been my spiritual internal work as well as work in the community, and all of that has all been about the true love that conquers all, divine love. There are links explaining all of that. Otherwise, if you want to book me for a reading, there's a video for that too, Booking a Reading with Mal. Go check it out. It shows you the hows and also what happens before, during, and after. Enough. Breathe. The landscapers stop. There is that lovely silence. Just breathe that for a minute, will you? Oh, from that stillness we begin as I call upon my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of the Path of True Love, the higher selves of all involved, and the animal totems and animal spirits for the ARIES collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading on the Path of True Love. What is the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over them on the Path of True Love, affecting everything else underneath it? And for the one crossing their path? Yeah, friend, foe, lover, family, boss, it doesn't matter. Who is crossing their path? What is their dominant 8th chakra archetype there? Going on for them, is that 2? No, that's 1. Yay! The humidity's not so bad today. Let's see. Here we go. These are in the title. Let's see how brave you are. Well, you might actually be pretty brave. Actually, because nobody likes this word. But I just wish everybody could read Sacred Contracts by Carolyn Mace, because by the way, I am putting the sign I am reading for first card down. That is a card that covers you. You take it as it flip-flops, but everybody has the victim archetype because it's one of the 4 survival family archetypes. I say this every time one of the 4 survival family archetypes come up. Now, victim sounds a little harsh, but that's the lead side of it. She didn't have room to put also on there the word victor. right? Like spoils of war go to the victor, right? The one who overcomes. So this is how we learn how to survive, like since jump, like coming out of the womb. Every countries have the 4 survival family archetypes. So let's look at the shadow and the light here, because maybe you're more the victor than the victim. The shadow attribute, playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, which I think is really easy to catch. When someone's really at that place, you can tell they're really there, right? So this is playing the victim, right? Inability to maintain personal boundaries. Now, come on, look at the time that we're in. We've all had to readjust and shuffle those. So there's a healthy growth process with, come on, with what's going on planet Earth. You know what I'm talking about, right? We've all had to reevaluate our boundaries over the past year and a half or so. So the light that's available to you, see, this is what the path of true love is about. It's about you becoming true love. Oh, and I have it written down here. You want a mantra? I am true love I am. The more you say that, you may not feel it right away, but all of the resistance to it will come up, and just bless and love that too. And this is how you do it, at least where you are on the path of true love. And the light prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others, including victimizing yourself. Now, the guardian of self-esteem and boundaries, and self-esteem is directly connected to intuition, practically the same thing, because it's your intuition. So may you be ever on the golden side, right? Like 51% victor, right, of the 100% of the archetype, but ever leaning forward to that, to keep setting healthy boundaries, to know your own worth. It sounds like a path of true love issue to me. Why wouldn't it be? Crossing your path, though, is the gambler. So this is survival family. This is the action family. Certainly connected with trickster energy. But the light of this is incredibly beautiful. The shadow, however, relying on luck rather than hard work. I've dated a few. I won't lie. It's like, no, why should I have to put anything into the relationship? You'll do it all for me. It's true. I am a Virgo, and I will take up slack until I get, oh, this is neglect, right? You know? So roll the dice, steal the rice here. We got a gambler crossing your path. And look, a victim and a gambler on a warm summer's evening on a train bound to nowhere. Oh, just Kenny Rogers, us. Blessed babe, blessed soul. Met up with a gambler. Oh boy, a clear audience for fun and profit, folks. The light attribute, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt them. And that's what I mean. The people who will take the risk. Very similar in design to the Fool card. By the way, like my t-shirt, it's a hand holding a book with a crystal ball on it. Just thought, I don't know, was in the mood for something a little bit more, I don't know, Ren Fair sci-fi, whatever you want to call it, Discworld. So look, like I said, ancient pattern here. So the thing is, are your boundaries clear? Are they healthy? Well, certainly when a gambler crosses your path. Were you both too tired to speak? That's going to be in my head now, this whole reading. It's never done that before, though. All right, let's start laying down the Celtic Cross on this. This feels good, though. Like, I mean, there's always red flags in divination, but let's keep going. Daughters of the Moon. We're going to look at your internal experience, right? That's your 8th chakra dynamic, the victim, and you may flip-flop back and forth on this. You might see yourself as both, but everybody has the victim archetype, so for sure, right? We're going to do these face down, heart, throat, third eye, crown dynamic. What's going on in the world behind your eyes? Breathe. Tuning to my goddesses of fire. In the sign of Aries, please. One at a time, we'll lay them down. Just let's zip through these, getting them out on the table. I trust you. For this Aries collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. Let's get a GPS internal, more like an x-ray, actually an internal scan of what's going on inside of them, and maybe even this gambler crossing their path. So they present as the victim. That is the card that covers them. Card that crosses them is the gambler. That one. Put you there. What is at the core of this, what they might both be unaware of, although if someone's following their intuition, depending on the type of intuition, they might be aware of it. What is behind them? What's in there behind? What's the victim got in there behind? Uranus is retrograde. What's going on in the crown? Sort of like orbiting, like it hasn't quite manifested yet. There's some free will stuff that can go on with it before it touches down into form, right? So sort of hovering over you and this person, a possibility, maybe even a probability. People say anything is possible. I'm like, no. No. Not as quickly as we'd like, right? Otherwise, this would be bewitched and my life would be drastically different, or at least charmed. I can rhyme and couplet like a poet. What is before them on the path of true love here? I have to say, this feels playful, and it might be that gambler vibe going on there. What is before them? Well, let's just go right into what's the lesson, the universal learning template, the 7th position. How are they vibing horizontally from the outside looking in at them? Like, how does the world feel or perceive their vibe, whether that is true or not? Certainly how they're being perceived. What is the destiny hewn from fate on the hero's journey version of the path of true love? In other words, their hopes and fears, where are they on that particular hero's journey on the path of true love? And what is the most probable outcome, considering this timeline of this particular lifetime for this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love? I do love timeless readings. I don't have to keep remembering numbers. It's a good thing. All right, victim archetype, covered with the witch. All right, there you go. It's the magician card. There is an alignment going on inside of you right now. Because, like, think of aligning all 8 chakras, right? So that the inspiration, really the guidance, the grace drops down into the crown chakra as inspiration, then information, then choice, decision, right? Hits you emotionally, put your heart into it, personal power, second chakra power, root chakra, boom, right? Coming into alignment, fire, earth, air, water, spirit. I mean, I'm sorry, if you're going to talk about boundaries, witches know how to do it. Well, my company is called Drawing the Circle. What do you think? That was just like off the top of my head. What do you think this is? Not always in circle, although my house is always in circle and my car is always in circle. Sort of. So I love that. I love that for you. That speaks more victory to me, right? Like, I'm not getting that you're playing victim too much here, but let's see this gambler. Well, this is, I would say, how they're vibing horizontally, and you may be picking up on this. 2 of Flames, Mahueha, Polynesian fire goddess, right? Well, do I want to do this? This is indecision. This is indecision, not just weighing options, but really feeling, what do I want to do? So this gambler might not have busted a move yet. At least inside, they're still feeling that. And I gotta say already, that feels a little romantic sexual. Let's not name it that just yet. Let's just keep going. What's at the core of this? The Hurricane, 5 of Blades. So there's a lot of chaotic thought going on here, but thought that is creating change. 5 is the number of change, just basic numerology. So if you're really feeling that, right, is a lot of thoughts. This must be somebody that you know, because there's a lot of thought that you may not be aware that you're thinking of each other, but it is chaotic. Can you stay in the eye? Right, look, 12-step, right? AA. Keep it in the eye, but also the EYE of the hurricane. Because this is not the storm, that's the 5 of Cups. This is the 5 of Blades, the 5 of Swords. So to let this blow through, to be the silent witness as best as you can in that focus as the witch, and to understand the thoughts are things. You can change your mind as easily as you change your breath, and vice versa, but not always so easy if they're long-held beliefs. So there might be a lot of misunderstandings going on between the 2 of you, but you're both thinking about each other. I would say that that's very much in the subconscious, the core of what's going on here. Where is this coming from? Well, we have got the Pan card. This is because it's a feminist deck, it's a little light on the masculine patriarchal vibe, right? Even so, this is the Dion, Pan, the healthy divine masculine. So they amalgamate the Emperor and the High Priest into this one card, and I'm okay with that because this is healthy masculine energy. And I will say, with the witch, for where you are right now, having that inside of yourself feels like mastery. Look at me crossing my solar plexus here. That sense of, oh no, my boundaries are clear, or at least the strategy is in place. I mean, emperors are the amalgamation of all the kings in the tarot. So very cardinal energy there, creative masculine energy for sure. But it feels healthy. Heart, throat, third eye, crown. This feels like in control. Very throat chakra clear, though action may not be taken yet. We'll see what's going on when the next 10 cards hit the table. But what's crowning here? See, now this is what makes me wonder. What's crowning here, and I believe for both of you, is the Six of Flames. The Six of Wands, the victory card in most decks. The Seven of Flames is actually called victory in Daughters of the Moon Tarot. This is Bastet. This is play. This is that juggling fire. And we've got someone here juggling fire. I feel like, look, if this is romantic, if there is an attraction here, there's a lot of conflicting thought going on here, but this feels like, at least within you, you want to play. You want to play along. You want to have fun with this. I mean, my last name is Lyons. I'm a little connected to the solar cat-headed gods, like regardless of pantheon, right? I'm the Archangel of Lyons. I'm eventually going to sit down and make a video about what I really mean by that, because there's a lot to it. Because we're all angels and archangels and masters and gods, you know, we're all one, blah, blah, blah. But that feels lovely. And like I said, there's something that feels kind of fun here with this gambler. If your boundaries are clear and you're in alignment, if you're tuned in, here, let's Abraham Hicks this, if you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on to your source in the vortex, and knowing that ultimately you are a soul, that you're going to survive whatever happens anyway. And if you're really game, and that's what I'm kind of feeling, it's like, I'm game. Let's see what this happens. Well, let's see. Well, the Dreamer, which is the Fool in the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, and you've got your past, present, and future, right? Because the second card down is a person crossing your path. You've got the Emperor, Hierophant, the Witch, Magician, and the Fool. So you have that opening set of the major arcana here. So there's definitely a new beginning that's coming on here. And I will say this, all right, I hear that. If this is somebody new coming into your life, then certainly there's a gamble there. I get that. Just somebody new coming into your life is a gamble, but they have that vibe, that willingness to take a risk. But even then from the past here, it's like you're much stronger about who you are in the world inside yourself, right? You know your worth. You're a lot clearer than you were before. You're really embodying that power of the wise one. But she who brings creativity into form, you know, spirit into matter. And so why not this Dreamer? Now, of course, I learned tarot many, many years ago, and to me, the 0 card has no number. It's not the first card of the major arcana. No, the Magician is the first card of the major arcana, right? In this case, the Witch. It's in between. It's the place between the worlds. This is where the dreams are then dropped down into, so if you like, look, the Dreamer's dreaming, 8th chakra, coming down into the Witch. So your boundaries and your self-esteem are key here. For anybody, really, in any situation, regardless. Duh, I mean, it's true for all of us, but I see you at least dreaming of taking this plunge, the act of faith. Again, we're going to see what happens on the outer. Lovely cross. Let's see the staff. And another major arcana card, the Moon. Your lesson is right now, sorry, Aries, the deets, you're not going to know the details of this mentally for a while. It is cloudy, it is occluded, you do not know. There are secrets. There are secrets because it's a mystical path, the path of true love. And really, I think if people just even Google searched what the word mystical means, they would rethink their desire to go deeper, right? It's a whole hell of a lot of mystery. But what I love about this card, it's Yamaya, I love it, card of the Moon, that the path is always under our feet, but when you go to a body of water, when the moon is full, you see that the path is always under your feet. It's how you feel it out. And that's your lesson here. Not necessarily to go with your heart, but to go with your guidance and your grace, because, you know, if you're a homicidal maniac, don't go with your heart. It's in my... I think that's in my book, Words of Grace. Yeah, that's got to be the heart chakra chapter. Okay, because it's just true, right? No, or is that the true love book? I got so many projects. I'm a Virgo. What do you want? From the outside looking in, though, you are galloping forth with the card of victory, right? Said it before, here at the Six of Flames, well, here's the seventh, here is your victory. 3 women on horseback, each holding 2 balls of fire, galloping on cooling lava, moving in the same direction they're in. So not only is there a forward movement here, that 7 of Flames galloping forth, I would say like the minor arcana version of the Chariot, perhaps, but even unseen forces moving in your direction. So you got that going for you, at least on the inside. That's the vibe you're giving off, whether or not you experience it that way. And in your destiny, you can always tell when I'm like, uh-oh, you got that 2 of Cups. You're going to jump to so many conclusions about that. But honestly, the Whirlpool, this is most likely a romantic thing. There is an emotional bond here, a soul contract, whether it's twin flame or soulmate. You might want to check the description box to get the new definitions of those terms, because the old ones are driving people mad. Not crazy, mad. There's a difference. The divine, you had a little touch of the divine, it becomes madness. And necessary madness sometimes too. But certainly there is a heart bond here. Whether or not this is mutual, I gotta say, that might be part of the gamble, because they are in 2 of Flames. Most probable outcome, the Chariot. The Chariot, regardless of the outcome, at least for this chapter of the Path of True Love, this episode, if you like, however long it may last, and for a timeless read, particularly with this vibe here, there's a lot of galloping, there's a lot of moving forward. You are going to harness the power of both your inspiration and your motivation. Inspiration being the light horse, motivation being the dark, right? The carrot and the stick, right? The balance of it all. And this is the Amazon, right? This is my Diana of Themyscira card. This is really, the Cancerian card is often said, and it is a rallying of your emotions, and fast movement inside of yourself can be progress on the path of true love, regardless of what's going on the outside, which is worth it. I just want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, half, right? Did I do that right? Let's do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so half of the spread is Major Arcana. That tells you something. Let's see, because we got another deck to layer on top of this. So we got your 8th chakra there, and the victim and the gambler crossing your path. Got the heart, third eye crown. These are the last 3. The root chakra. Again, you from the inside looking out at some part of the path of true love that would affect the lower 3 chakras. And the lower 3 chakras are your relationships. Root chakra is tribes, families, groups. Second chakra is one-on-one. It's umbilical, right? But it's also your relationship to your mother, or lack thereof. Your relationship to your father. It's not all romantic stuff there. And then your solar plexus, your relationship to yourself, your own personal power, self-esteem, really, the victim archetype. It's a solar plexus. I wouldn't say it's only in the solar plexus. But that's a good place to start, right? Considering you're an air sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What did I say? Air sign to fire sign. You're an Aries. Got it. Let's see what this looks like on the outer. Breathe. You from the outside looking in. You from the inside looking out. All of that, some of that. Here we go. As I call upon my gods of fire and the sign of Aries, please, 10 cards. These we will turn over one at a time and then go back so we get to see what they are. For the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video. Ooh, feel that. Receiving this reading. What's going on for them on the path to true love? They got the victim. The victim Victor, let's just say Victor, because we're dealing with an Aries, we might as well. They're going to anyway. They're going to be victorious anyway. So this Victor archetype with the witch on the inner that covers them. What's going on the outer? Just one card, please. It's not even humid. What's going on from the outside looking in? And the world. We'll come back to that, but now that would make 6 major arcana cards on the table. This gambler, 2 of flames on the inner. What's going there? What's going on there? Lower 3 chakras. The emperor. That makes 7. The Five of Blades, we've got that hurricane, you know, and that, like, one of them might be aware of it, one of them might not. I don't think either one of them are aware that there is this internal thought bouncing back and forth between the two of them, unless they are, right? So that Five of Blades, it feels a little tele-empathic. What's going on there? Two of Cups, double whammy. You got the Two of Cups twice. You like each other. There's a connection. There is something there. And, you know, there are other cards that could speak of family and friends. You know that if you if you're doing tarot, honestly, after a while you get to like, yeah. This is definitely looking like romantic, and that is what most people are looking for, but I got to do the cards and the guidance they give. So let's see, this strong masculine energy, the Dion in the past, my gods, right? The Pan, the Emperor Hierophant vibe behind them with Three of Wands. Now, yes, certainly you'll hear waiting, but there is a certain vibe of loyalty here on this card, and giving loyalty, I would believe, to themselves, setting their priorities. This is what I will stand for. This is what I won't. Honor code work. Solar plexus work. I'm going to say there's a dominant chakra vibe for you right there. Yeah, Three of Wands. Why not? Third chakra. Great. Whatever. Take it as you like. But certainly in the past there's been a reprioritization, most likely, of your loyalty structure. What's going on? Six of Flames over their head, crowning this on the inner. What's going on there? Lower three chakras on the outer. Nine of Cups. We have to say wish fulfillment because it just feels that way. With that card of play on the inner, orbiting, the risk must be huge. The risk must be huge. I'm not necessarily seeing why. The World card certainly indicates that you're at the end of a cycle. I don't think that you're at the end of the cycle with this person. And if that is true, then there is certainly a new beginning, because followed by the Fool, right? Internally, at least. Well, what's going on there while we're here? Externally. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands, the fast-sailing Argo on its way home with the victory of the Golden Fleece making its way back. So look, here's the deal. I hate to be so code-wordy, but it's what's on there. There's going to be communication, rapid communication. And keep in mind, we've got the Seven of Flames here, right, on the inner, the Chariot there. Just feels like this is going to move fast. At least the communication, the passion, the fire aspect on the outer here. And that does feel mutual. Yeah, there are two dolphins in that card. One right on top of the other, as dolphins will. What's going on there in their lesson? Yemaya, the moon. And then we'll go put all this together and then add some other cards. You've got the moon and the moon. Yemaya and Hecate. Good luck. If you're the gambler, this makes sense. If you're the gambler, this makes sense. And that's the thing. This might be a romantic deal where it's going to take a leap of faith. It's going to take you really having very, very leap of faith. Doesn't mean you don't necessarily have a parachute packed. Right? I mean, it's a total faith. My gods never asked total blind faith from me, though, nor the archangels and masters for that reason. They're like, no, you're Virgo. you can figure it out as you go. So, I mean, and yes, the secrets aspect here, maybe there's a lot of stuff hidden here, but my sense of it is on the path of true love, it's like, I don't even know that you really want to know yet. Does that make sense? It's like, it's so cloudy on the inner and so cloudy on the outer. It's almost like you could say, no, my boundaries are my loyalties to myself, my work, my family, my responsibilities, right? And closing out some cycle, a graduation, but one where you emerge on the inner as in alignment and in great power to really start this over. I think if this is something that you want, this is something that you can have, but I think your lesson is to get used to the grace of humility. Grant me the maiden grace of humility to know that I do not know, but I'm willing to be shown the truth that I need, even when it's not the truth that I want. Not easier said than done, but a decent prayer in my book, Words of Grace, paraphrased. But you got this victory, this galloping on the inner with that 7 of flames. What's going on there for them? Come on, leave it in my hand. Right, so now this really is horizontal trajectory, how they appear. From the outside looking in, or from the inside looking out, my gods, please. The High Priestess. There is a bit of silence, and there's a deep knowing in you. You are probably not going to be the one to bust the move on any kind of communication here. That shows that that 8 of Wands is communication coming towards you while you are in dreamer mode getting ready to jump off the cliff anyway. Just what's there. Particularly with that loyalty, your boundaries are pretty clear set, and you are dealing with an emperor, but an indecisive emperor, which is such a risk, such a gamble. But the two of you are thinking about each other like crazy. 2 of Wands on the inner, the attraction's there, and yes, there might be differences of belief, there might be differences of opinion. It's only a 5. It's not a 5. Hopefully it's not a 5 of Blades category hurricane. But again, that's a general read. You got to take that, what's going on between the two of you. 2 of Cups in their destiny position. Really? Double whammy. 2 of Cups also at the core here. What's that looking like from the outside? Looking at a little oh, I dropped a card. A little GPS pin on the path of true love for my Aries collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. The Ace of Wands, which is Zeus. Double whammy. There's a new beginning of a romantic connection inside of you. It just is. It's one of those reads. You don't see them a lot on my channel because the path of true love is a warrior's path. It's a healer's path. It's a hero's journey. So I feel like the power is in your hands here to initiate this. But with that High Priestess right next to him, you've got a crap ton. I stopped counting. You got a crap ton of major arcana cards here. I'll count them up before we're done. So ending, of course, with this full steam ahead motivation, which might be like, well, if I'm gonna regret it if I don't at least take a step, and the inspiration of, yeah, and it could be great. Moving that forward, because it does feel like with the Fool there, you want to take the jump on the inner, and with that Ace of Wands there, it looks like you're gonna. With that Chariot, what is the outcome here? The external lower 3 chakra dynamic for the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Knight of Pentacles, taking it nice and slow unless you're dealing with someone with Virgo energy. Knight of Pentacles, mutable, Earth, slow and steady wins the race. Beehives in the background. Beehives are not created overnight, nor do bees produce honey overnight. It is a process, as you know, and it do take time. Of the 4 knights, this is the one that walks. The Pisces trots, the Sagittarian canters, the Gemini gallops. So I really feel like with the stability here, right, I feel like you are you overcame something here, and it brought you into alignment. It was probably hell on earth. And why I say that is because your whole loyalty system you had to rearrange on the outside and get really, really clear that you're in charge inside. Not the easiest thing to do, but definitely a path of true love thing, right? Like an emperor. I mean, but it's divine masculine energy. It is about what you're doing in the outside world, and with this 3 of Wands, what you're willing to wait for and what you're not. It just makes sense. This thing at the core of both of you. We'll get to that gambler in a minute, right? The 5 of Blades. There's a lot of thinking back and forth about should I, shouldn't I? Not so much indecision, but a lot of thoughts. And if you two have danced before, and this isn't for all of you, if you've danced, you know what I mean, you've danced before. If you've been with this person before and they did you wrong, they're not just your thoughts, they're also the thoughts of your support system. And be careful of the toxicity of the well-meaning, because they want you to stay safe. And gamblers always involve a risk, but sometimes you win. Sometimes you win. I think you're willing to take the journey here, though, because it feels like you've got the stability here and the lessons learned to at least say, okay, let's play. Let's see if this is our wish fulfillment. It looks like my wish fulfillment, but let's play along. Let's keep this balanced. Let's keep this sane, right? And it just feels like it's going to move fast on the outer, and on the inner, you're taking the inner leap. You may not let on about it, because your lesson is to sort of immerse yourself in the unknown, go with the flow, feel it out, know the path is under your feet at all times. And by all means, if something feels off, something's off. Like, don't discount your intuition on this, particularly because the High Priestess from the out, this is how you appear the outside looking in with victory. Your victory may very well come from really saying, even if this is not what I want, it may very well be what I need. And everything inside of me is saying, gallop forth. Charge! I mean, serious. 3 cards, 4 cards kind of sort of on the table. Charge, right? Just move ahead on this. But I feel like you do it at your own pace. A walking charge, a march. Because your destiny, this is a written thing. This is in the script. This is in the contract. A 2 of Cups attraction with that Ace of Wands. And you have to say with Ace of Wands, it's either them busting the move towards you or you busting the move towards them. Kind of feeling like you've got that divine masculine energy in your past. This is probably more you, but you're not letting on yet about what you know. You're not letting on yet about what your plans are. You are feeling your way through this. But inside, your wheels may well be spinning 100 miles an hour, but your horse is at a walk. And that might very well be as a result of great healing. Not going to take my eye off this World card from the outside looking in. You've completed a cycle, and you are much wiser than you were before, and you are healthier than you were before. You may not be feeling that. Keep an eye on the victim archetype. It's not that we should repress the voices of the victim inside of us. Those voices need more love, not less. That's not the truth of who we are, however. Those voices, those are patterns, those are conditionings, those are stories that we have told ourselves that we can honor and value and let them cry and let them heal. There are certain things we can only heal within ourselves. Path of True Love is all about that, right? And then as you do that, you come into contact with more people who can do that for themselves, and the chance of codependence is lesser and lesser every time you heal yourself, right? Grow, heal, learn, take the journey. All right. Gambler, indecisive, emperor. Work. Let's see. 3 more cards. Whispers of Love, oracle. Voices of the higher selves of both of you. Breathe. Just one card, please, as I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love for this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, or cross-watcher, that they need to hear? The piece of inspiration, information, insight, guidance, grace from their higher dimensional selves that signed the contract that they are in on the path of true love with this gambler or victim, however that plays itself out. Please leave it in my hand for this timeless true love read. Whenever you see me do that, if you know me, it can only be one card. Turn on your heart light. I mean, hey, I'm going to be 53 years old. I can always be a Neil Diamond impersonator. I kind of got the hair for it, except it's purple. Overturned for brown. Turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love, and that can be experienced love in any way, shape, or form. In the divine moment, in the holy instant, right? Through breath work, through romantic love, through snuggle with the kitties and the puppy love, whatever that may be. This is really telling you that it is safe for you to feel what you are feeling here. But to remember also indicates that there may very well be a past with this person, that it did not go well, because that's the challenge. Then allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. And if that is specifically about this person, then you are being asked to look through the whys. Why did they, why, reason, mind, right? All the confusion of it all the stories, all the psychology of it all. And to really connect with them on a divine, true love level. The I am presence, the love that we truly are, the core heart chakra, and all heart chakras are one heart chakra, one love, right? Everybody wants one love until it's a romantic nightmare, which is here to help us grow on the path of true love, right? So open up that heart, my Aries, no matter how it gets you there, because I am true love I am the divine love that conquers all, that I am now, and so it is. You know, you do you? That's a good one. Don't worry, you got your own mantra coming in a minute. If you don't like that one, I got lots. I'm Virgo. Are you ready? We're going to do the Divine Animals Oracle here. Oh, and I need the... Where is it? Don't worry, I got pants on. Let me say that. I forgot. I need the microscope, the magnifying glass for the Stacey DeMarco's deck, because it just struck me, because I love this deck. Why not have a totem / spirit guide for the path of true love? It is, after all, a path. Please take a nice deep breath. Takes a hot second to go from higher selves to totems and animal spirits. Here we go. As indeed I call upon the sacred animal totems and animal spirits, not quite the same thing, for this Aries collective. There we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign from the Divine Animals Oracle. What is the animal that walks with them, that they may call upon its magic, its power, its guidance, its grace, with a victim and a gambler turning on their heart light? Timeless true love read. The cat. Meow. The keyword. I can't see it. It's so tall. It's so teeny tiny. Intuition. I thought it said intention. Intuition. And look at the black cat. It's like my boys. It's like Belsy, Melky, and Sabby, Belsy, and Melky. Beautiful card. I mean, really, the artwork here is just supreme. I'd get it as a tattoo, but I don't like needles. I got the one. Well, and the J&J too. The cat. Card number, what is that? 37, white ink on a yellow background. Card number 37. I mean, it's very Bastet, by the way. You do happen... that is Bastet. Am I lying? L-Y-O-N? Am I lying? Nope. This is how they're hitting the table, folks. I just do the prayer and meditation and shuffle the cards and interpret them. They make them hit the table. The cat. Breathe. Intuition. Keyword. Use and develop your intuition. Your gut feeling is correct. This is really for the gambler too. Gotta say. Gotta go there. With all that moon energy here, you are not your mind. Thoughts are things. You are not your mind. Develop your magical skills further. Introduce more play into your life with the play card hovering here. Turn on your heart light. True love magic. Which means simply evoking, invoking, generating and radiating in divine love, unconditional, all-encompassing unity love. Let me skip ahead because they give you a lot about the myth, a lot about the animal itself. We're looking for the magic. Please breathe. Cat magic can be used in a variety of ways, including to increase happiness, curiosity, a sense of play, and lightness. And somewhat paradoxically, when we may be wanting to connect with someone who has passed. Okay, I don't know if that's in your situation here. Maybe it is. Cats are considered guides to the underworld, no shit, and can help with mediumship. If you have a cat yourself, it is said that you have the blessing of any goddess who loves cats, and so this can only enhance your life. Well, that's a lot. It's not just Bastet. Isn't that Freya, too, and Hera, and certainly Apollo, one would think. So cat magic. Certainly I live it. My 3 lovely black cat sons here. And certainly with this wish fulfillment. And again, with the very, very strong moon and high priestess influence here. Call to the magic of the cat. Feel your way. And yes, cats can see in the dark too. But how much of that is third eye? If you've ever really watched cats, well, particularly around here, that's why they nap while I read. They're like, too much going on downstairs. All right, last card down. And I think I will bookie book this for you. The Healing Mantra deck. If you are new to my channel, almost every reading I do uses this deck. It's been so helpful to me and to my clients. It's why I put links in the description box, so if you want to like look into it, you get it from his website, mattcon.org, and there's one of his videos actually redefining twin flame and soulmate. If you haven't caught that yet, it's really good. It's like 2 hours, I think, but really, really good with repeat after me's and everything. Breathe. As I call upon, here we go, the Ascended Masters of True Love. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus Sun watching this video, receiving this reading on the path of true love with this victim-victor archetypal alchemical lesson on the path of true love that they are dealing with this gambler, right? Needing to turn on their heart light, to follow their intuition, and to take this slowly and steadily, even though their heart is probably really calling them forward here. So they would need a mantra to help them feed the fire of their heart's desire here on the path of true love. What do you got for them in this timeless read? This will help. I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire, which is untangling neglect. Self-care. But I got to tell you, I've done this mantra, and you will see how quickly you come up against your own fear of loving yourself too much. You just bump right up against Aries, maybe not so much. Maybe you guys, that's kind of sort of your jam, isn't it, right? First house, ego, self, personality, and great, we love you for that. I have, Saturn retrograde in Aries. But I'm going to read this to you because Matt does a better job. When there's more than one of those cards in the spread, I don't read from the book because it's too much. But this I'll do for you. Please take a nice deep breath. Untangling neglect. I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. When neglect is untangled, you are no longer turning to outside sources for constant reassurance and validation. Instead, you are going within the depths of your own heart to notice the parts of yourself that require the presence of your attention. In nurturing yourself in this way, you step forward as the first responder to each wound, concern, and desire. From this space, there becomes less of a likelihood of attracting relationships where further neglect occurs, simply because you have accepted your role as the one who nurtures the innocence within you. This mantra is ideal for building self-confidence, victim-victor archetype, surviving codependency, victim-victor archetype, and healing neediness, victim-victor archetype. That is so on the nose. It should have a little plump on it. It should have a piece of jewelry to adorn it. It is such on the nose. Let me put this together for you in a little bit of a blessing. Please take a nice deep breath. It is my favorite part. As I call upon my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of the path of true love, the higher selves of all involved, the totems and spirit animals of all involved for this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus Sun watching this video, receiving this reading. May they be blessed on the path of true love. That really, no matter who this is who's watching this, that they prevent themselves from letting themselves be victimized or victimizing others, really alchemizing into the victor of setting boundaries and knowing their worth little by little by little by little by little, dealing with somebody who hopefully has a willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt them, because one comes as the witch, the other as an emperor. And there is so much major arcana energy in here that one is at the end. Both of them have that strong masculine, one very internal, one very external. And so that the wish fulfillment that is available here will take intuition. It will take trust. It will take each one of them really responding, giving themselves all the approval that they desire within themselves so that they feed their own fires, so that this can take light, that this can be free of a dependence of at least approval. that they can move forward at a slow pace in a healthy way, turning on their heart light, following their intuition, and untangling neglect that may have happened before to each of them together or apart, should they know or not know each other yet. And as they do, may the quantum field be justly healed, for the path of true love conquers all, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mote be. And so it is. I think you're going to get what you want. I do. It's general reading. You want to book me for a reading, watch the video, or you're already one of my clients. Oh my god, I can't believe that came up again. Well, it did. So that's why you want to check your other signs. Get same information about this, or even if it's about a family member or whatever, it's all tied in. It's all the path of true love. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, like it. You want more, subscribe. Feel like commenting? Oh, please do. Because it gives me something to do at 3 a.m. when my day is finally over. So thank you so much for watching. I love you, my Aries. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed on the path of true love. Whenever you are watching this, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.